Do it for the love, we not do it for the likes. Rain, rain.
All right. All
So
right.
it's, I mean, everybody knows I'm a champion, but I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Nobody can take that from you. Working with Buju Banton, create the hit songs with him. What's that experience like? Even checking in, this is that's shown in another episode of currently showing live, and we're here with recording artists. In my eyes, a legend in the business for over 40 years by my research. Nadine Sutherland.
your research, right?
It's a pleasure to be in your presence.
Thank you so very much.
You know what I mean? And I just really want to let you know that I'm very proud of the work that you've done. Even though I've done a little research and a lot of things are very surprising to you throughout your career, but I feel like it's God's blessing on you.
Thank you so very much.
What is for you could never be for no one else.
I agree totally.
You get what I'm saying? So for me, I feel honored
Right, thank
to
you.
be in your presence.
So nice.
And I feel like you aged gracefully.
Thank you.
I can't, but I want to. I'm not going to ask you your age, but
Listen, I'm the first person. Ask them. People have problem with me telling my age. I'm 55.
really,
Yeah, people have problem with me. I'm always telling my age, and I don't know why.
wow. And
No, and why I'm doing it also. We need to stop it that women and men are afraid of the aging process. This is something that is natural and normal.
for
So,
everybody.
yeah, this is like when I do it, it's like a revolution. Trying to change that narrative, trying to make people say, yeah, your age is going to be a part of life. Life don't stop.
And it's an honorable thing.
Very much so. And I'm changing this narrative for younger people who basically think to age is something that is so bad. Everybody's going to age. And for the older people, because of the pressure of what society put on them, they don't want to say any age. We stop that now. Ray.
I like that.
Yes.
At your age, though, I mean, a few things that I don't think changed throughout your career, but I'm just going to ask it because I think you love this. You still like dancing,
Too much.
whining.
Too much.
Oh my gosh. And most of all, for your fans, I know you do enjoy performing.
Very much so.
My question is to you, do you get like anxiety?
All the time.
Really?
All the time.
What's the thing that you do to keep you focused?
I believe it, first and foremost, if you don't get nervous, something is wrong with you.
Right.
And you always have to have that hunger that you get nervous. That you will say you're going to go up there and you know you're going to sing, right? I mean, you have phlegm and all of that. But I take my craft very, very seriously. I take it very, very seriously. So you have to always have that joy to be the performer that I am. The nerves, no, just allow to go because it's natural. I breathe, I do meditation, I sit down, I go through my thing, I pray, I do a lot of prayer before I go on that stage. I just go and do it.
And look at that. So many years in the business.
Yeah.
And you have your ways how you get prepared. I love that. I love that for you. Because I want to see you do your best and continue to do your best.
Mhm.
And so for me, my next question is how I see you inspire other people with songs like Queen.
Yeah.
Which I mean, know it has a lot of powerful women in there.
Yes.
Portia Simpson Miller and other powerful women, and I feel like
Scratching and Rita Marley.
and oh, the Marley is a whole different story.
That's a whole different story.
But I really appreciate you empowering women.
I really wanted to do that because I feel like people don't know the backstory.
Right.
They see the glamour and the glitter and they think of better roles. I think the makeup artists see a lot of the backstories in terms of
Just being there and seeing everything.
A lot of people don't know it's a lot of work, a lot of effort, to maintain and exercise a lot, have to eat a certain way. You get knocked down. One thing I've learned in this music industry, is failure is a must.
You have
And
to
you
fail.
must not be afraid to fail. To me, failure is when you stop working on life. There are many no's that I've gotten. Many no's that I'm still getting. And people don't know. It's like people see you think I said, boy, you're doing this. I'm so proud of you. You have revamped yourself and you just come and they don't know half of the story, half of the work, half of the no's. But they see the yeses.
Sometimes, in my opinion, I feel like no's are not no's in their redirection.
But that's exactly what they are. For young money wise,
Because
that's what they are.
because where God is meant for you to be, you will be, and where He doesn't want you to be, those people.
Not and for you, and I'm really believing that it is yours. But and listen, in the process of it all, people afraid to go and feel hopeless and helpless and depressed. It's part of life. But what is feel is when you sit down and you don't try. Because one of them times that when you try, you're going to succeed. Or it takes time to build, to build, to build. Sometimes when you're building up, you not even realize that you're building up. I say, last year, then time, yeah, but I sit on me and this year, then time, I do this. And you realize, not stop, not give up. Life will make you feel like you don't want to move. And that's what Queen is all about. That was Queen, was to tell the story of women who have gone through a lot. But guess what? It might talk about women, but a lot of men come to me and tell me, so when I'm listening to Queen, I'm feeling inspired.
I like it, and that's one of the things that I've researched. When I researched and I saw the song and I did all the details of the song. Because listening to a song is one,
Yeah,
getting the details is a whole different vibe.
right.
Because then you wonder what inspired the song.
I'm so happy that you're so researched.
No, you have
You
to.
are so Mr. You talk about them things for the interview, you know? Yeah.
When you sit with someone of your caliber, again, you have to be
Appreciate it.
triumphant is another one of mine that I like.
Mm.
It's very motivational again. I mean, I love these songs that follow from your hits. That even though if you have your hits, you're like, I want to motivate, I want to inspire,
Right.
and this is who I am, and it shows me that your personality is this.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
doesn't show me that okay, she's just here to make nice songs. She wants to make a difference.
Yeah.
And that's what I get from your songs. I mean, we have fun songs like Chatty Chatty,
Right.
which, is a really cool vibe.
But you must use the music to reflect every aspect of your life. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's, I mean, everybody knows I'm a champion, but I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Nobody can take that from you.
but in terms of other aspects of yourself that you need to get out there. And, I think my music is very honest and, it's an honest reflection of who I am as a person.
A reflection of dancehall and Jamaica and reggae music, if I may add.
Well,
Just say, if I may add.
just say. Just
Because, I mean, when you hear tracks that you've done and are doing now, it reminds you of Yard. You can say Yard? Yeah, it's from there.
right.
But yeah, it reminds me of Yard for real, because I've been here over 10 years, so I haven't been back to Jamaica for a while. But
Really?
remind me of Yard, man, for real, man. But
Nice.
I know this might be a common person, but for me, working with Buju Banton, create the hit songs with him, what's that experience like? Even though I know, I think I researched that you didn't know one of the songs were a hit at a certain point, and then you found
The
out
song was a song.
Wow.
Wicked Dicky.
that, but
Yeah, that's one of the most amazing stories I think in reggae music. People ask me like from I say, people are like, we can't believe that's how Wicked Dicky come out. I did Wicked and Wild. Some man them will know say me that Wicked and Wild. Would you had Dicky
yeah, and then you remixed it.
behind my back? And I didn't even know. I had no idea. I had no clue. I went to England, but in London one day, and I went into a record store. I know that time about a record. And the man says, me, congratulations on your number one song with Buju Banton. I'm like, I do not have a song with Buju Banton. Tell me, you know.
You still stuck.
Some people still say
Yeah, man, you stuck, man. You was stuck.
so when I'm saying that, I'm like, no, I don't, because I really never knew. And the man I get agitated, which I could understand, because you're Emma congratulating me. When the man said, I'm going to play tunes, I'm like, I mix no enough.
Wow.
Suffer. The man put on me here. Ooh, 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 and there was Buju Banton with his nice, wonderful, gravelly voice. Dicky. That's how I found out that I have a tune with Buju Banton named Wicked Dicky.
That's dope.
I
love it.
It's it has become a legendary story now in reggae music.
Right.
Nobody would ever know when I say it to them. But listen, there was two different songs, Dicky and Wicked and Wild.
You gave me a flashback.
Yes.
When you just did it, I remember a clip when you were really young.
Yeah.
And you were doing the same thing in the studio as a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because you started doing music as young as what, age 11?
age 11, I became very public after one tasting at age.
And you were the first person to win tastings.
The first. All right.
I want to know that. Know that?
Okay,
No.
guys, we know that now.
Isn't it so? That's dope. And then you had songs like Action, which went huge again. And you had songs with Snow.
Yeah.
Those experience must have felt like unforgettable. Like, wow, I did a lot, and these are unforgettable moments, and I really appreciate it. The journey was what I really impressed on.
It's incredible, but my journey continues. And that's what is the most, I can't say unbelievable because I've accepted it. Because I said before, when you feel when you stop.
Right.
Just having moments now that you're seeing that, I kind of pause and, going through so many different stages of my life and just like feeling the power of who I am as a woman, as a person, and stepping into that power and start to record again and recording songs like I'm free.
Right.
People like it has resonated so deeply with me. And I said when they asked me about Queen, I said, I don't think Queen is gonna be a big dancehall song, but Queen is gonna be a song that will always be spoken about. It will be always referred to. A woman have a birthday party, they're gonna play Queen. It's gonna be that kind of song that is gonna, it's gonna galvanize the mirrors and be that kind of song. And you just know that the moments are there that have been spectacular in my life, but the moments that are coming and that have been experienced are also wonderful. So what I'm thanking God for is not only the journey then, but the journey that I am still part of, because it's still sometimes unbelievable and unreal for me that I'm still here, that I can sit down and see my song them soak in and become legendary classics.
Right.
And doing new classics and just give them the opportunity to do what I'm doing still. So it's like almost a fairy tale for me.
There's a difference between hit songs and hot songs.
Yeah. A big difference.
And one of the next things when you put out good work of art, it grows on people last time on it.
It lasts longer. And that is the music I want to put out. The music that I've always put out is songs that will grow. And the hot songs, hey, a hot song can be a hit. A hot song can survive. But a lot of hot songs are what they are, hot for the moment. And don't really seep into people's soul and people listen to it all the time. And, something different.
I have a little game I would do with you.
Play the game.
Let's start and keep it 100 because I know this is going to be difficult for you because, like I said, I've done my research.
All right.
These questions are going to be fun for the audience to watch, difficult for you to answer.
All right.
Ready?
Ready to sweat. Ready to sweat. You're done.
I love it. Keep it 100. Who would you say right now that you would do a collab with? Coffee or Chronix?
Whoa, because I love both of them.
That's why I said I created hard questions. I didn't create anything easy for you.
I don't see Chronix.
Chronix.
Do it for the love when I do it for the likes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if one of these young ladies was supposed to open up for you, who would you choose? A Sensia or a Jada Pinkett?
Sure, me must open for them because they're very, very big stars,
I beg to differ.
Oh, okay.
Stick to the script because you're the legend in my eyes.
Stick to the script.
I just declared your work of art.
All right.
They don't reach the peak. Come on.
Okay, all right. So first and foremost, being very politically correct, you must understand that I'm an elder to those young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when it come on to eldership, to choose one, I'm not going to feel hurt. It's like you have some picnic and you're in your favor.
Yeah.
So I would make the two of them. Two of them. Is that me open for them or them open for me? Both of them. Oh, that's all. Lord.
Shall keep it. Shall play it safe.
Say me no good.
Shall play it safe.
Say me no good.
You're playing it safe.
I am playing it safe.
But we're gonna make it even harder.
All right.
When you were into music in your early stage, which artist did you feel that was a legend in their own right more than the other? Terra Fabulous or me?
A legend in their own right.
Like, okay, you're a legend. There's debate. Okay, him reach it, him reach it.
Well, okay, I would say if I'm gonna answer it historically,
Right.
Beenie Man at that time probably had a bigger body of work
And
that
maybe a bigger
Terror
fan
Band
base.
and a bigger fan base. Right? Terror, when Beanie was really at that point, was really at a level. So is not I would think that it would appear then that he would have attained legendary status. Life has balanced it out.
Mhm.
And I would have thought that because Beanie was huge. And Terror was huge, but Beanie was the big star at that time. Life has changed. Terror music has proven to have stuck around,
Mhm.
and it's a legend in its own right. But Beanie Man definitely at that point when you were looking at it from eyes, you'd have think that Beanie Man was definitely he was a big star at that time, and still is a big star of this time.
Facts.
Beanie Man is just big, talented, and awesome.
And that can never change.
Will never change.
My last question is: I know you've been around the Marley family, you've experienced historical moments, but you're familiar with Bonnets, right?
Yeah.
If you had to say, Garnet Silk or Bob Marley, which one do you think has a bigger fan base?
Of course, it's Bob Marley.
So the obvious to be obvious.
I mean,
Garnet Silk has some great songs.
great songs that I mean in terms of legend, international, like we go anywhere in the world. And the Jamaican that everyone knows is Bob Marley. And Bob Marley, I think, is probably one of the most recognizable names, one of the most recognizable faces worldwide. And you're looking at where I'm come from, a little island called Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you have to say his children have done a great job
To market and sustain it.
and to sustain it, to maintain it. I mean, I'm looking forward to that movie. So he's always, oh my God, it's just always, and just the power of his music. So you could have tried to sustain and maintain something,
Right.
But if you don't have the material,
It's not gonna work.
it's not gonna work.
He had the material.
He had the substance.
And he had the lifestyle. Because to me, Bob Marley music is more like a lifestyle, a culture. It's not a religion for sure, but people play that music and they feel a different type of energy.
You feel a different type of
And you want to live a certain type of way.
You feel like you want to become a better person. You want to access good little one love vibe and all of that, and have more compassion for mankind, and think about the people them and
Positivity.
I know you alone living in the world, so
The only reason why I asked that question is because I've heard people say, if the next in line would be a Garnet Silk.
You know what? If Garnet never trying to look what the potentialities of what Garnet's is like the potential of Garnet's. Sometimes, yes, Father, when in my song Hero when Wings I address it.
Right.
The song that I wrote when he transitioned and I said, Father, because we question you. Because we question why, Jack? Why a person like Garnet? But
He had a great voice.
But what he was becoming, and the potential of what he could have become. But guess what? God knows best, right?
Facts. Well, Nadine, I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Like, share, and subscribe. Give your feedback. Thank you for tuning in to Currently Tuning Live. Nadine Sutherland is in the building.
Out.
Okay.